Then the tolerance test will help you to distinguish formic acid and the acetic acid. Amines, isocyanide you have already studied, which is only given by the primary amines. Azodite test, which is only given by the primary aromatic amines. Hinsberg's test, there are 3 different tests for primary, secondary and tertiary. The tertiary amide do not respond to Hinsberg's reagent. Phenol, there are 2 tests. Neutral ferric chloride, which gives green or violet color. Bromine water test, it gives white purity. Iodoform test, I just explained to you. For iodoform test, the compound must have methyl keto group, or it should have a secondary alcohol, in the chain, the second carbon atom. Let me try out one of the word problem what was asked this year, that is 2012. I'll try to convert a word problem into a flow chart. An organic compound with molecular formula C9H10. C9H10. Oxygen. This is the organic compound. This organic compound is going to give me 2,4-DNP. 2,4-DNP. I have written it 2,4-DNP here, 2,4-DNP. Apart from that, this is going to reduce the tolerance test, tolerance reagent. That means it is giving me the positive tolerance. If it is not able to reduce, means negative. So positive tolerance test. Positive tolerance test. This is also giving me the Cannizzaro reaction. I am just writing in short, Cannizzaro reaction. And then on vigorous oxidation, this is giving me benzene first and the second position, the carboxylic acid. Only this is the hint given to me. Student, it is always better that you convert a word problem into a flow chart, so that every time you need not have to read the statement. You are bound to miss one or the other line and you will fall short of time. So I have converted the entire word problem into a flow chart. Now just see, whenever you see that the number of carbon atom and the hydrogens are almost similar, be confident it is an aromatic ring. I have to give the justification also. See how it should be given. Since the compound gives 2,4-DNP test, and hence the compound must have a carbonyl group. Next, I know now carbonyl group, so this part I am very confident that it is either an aldehyde or a ketone. Now next one, it is giving me a positive tolerance test. Positive tolerance test, that means it is an aldehyde. Ketones option has gone. So it is a ring having an aldehyde. Next part is what? This is giving Cannizzaro reaction. Now this part is giving, anything else is given? Now this is giving the Cannizzaro reaction. I have taught in the third part that Cannizzaro reactions are more, it is meant only by an aldehyde which do not contain alpha hydrogen. So that means the aldehyde group which is attached to the ring, that carbon atom should not have an alpha hydrogen, or in other words, the aldehyde group is directly attached to the ring. The last one, the organic compound, what you have to investigate. Now this one is giving me on oxidation at 1,2-benzene dicarboxylic acid. That means there is a substitution in the first position and in the second position. That is the hint. After writing the justification, first you start with the justification. You list down all the justification and then come to the answers. Keep on writing for each and every observation, write down all the justification and then come. Now I know I have got a ring. Now this part has got a ring, substitution at this position and this position. The moment I draw a ring, 6 carbon atom is gone. Now only 3 are left. If 3 are left, what are the possible options? Let me just draw some structures. Try to do this in the rough first. These are the 2 places where the substitution is there. Now what are the options? I can either have 2 carbon atom, one this side, or 2 carbon atom here, one this side. Okay, now once I know that, so 6 here, 7, 8, 9. Next one, Cannizzaro aldehyde which do not contain alpha hydrogen. In case if I am having something like this, it is having aldehyde, if I am writing it like this. Now among these two structure, let me just remove this, no other structure is possible apart from this two. Aldehyde means aldehyde group can be either here or it can be here. It is always at the terminal end. It cannot be in this to this carbon atom. Now here if this is the structure, then there will be an alpha hydrogen. Okay. This since it is Cannizzaro, so it has to be this compound. If it has to be this compound, nothing else is mentioned here. and so ultimately the structure is this. Now this is the compound. I hope it is clear. So the organic compound is 2-ethyl benzaldehyde. This was what was asked this year. I'll just make a slight change in this. Now let us suppose the question is, now the same organic compound, it is giving 2,4-DNP. It is giving negative tolerance test. Okay? And then in place of Cannizzar's reaction, if I just write that this is giving me positive iodoform test. I hope the previous one you have understood. Since it was asked last year, there is always a possibility it may be asked this year also. Now just see here. Now how do I do this? I have slightly changed only 2 lines. I made reduces tolerance, I am telling now it is not reducing tolerance. In place of Cannizzar's, I am telling it is giving positive iodoform test. Now what will be the structure? C9H10, so first ring. This part, so the substitutions are here and here. Next part, 2,4-DNP, either an aldehyde or a ketone. Next, negative tolerance test, so it is a ketone. If it is a ketone, ketones are never at the terminal end. I don't need even this, I'll be able to find out what is the structure. Keto cannot be here, keto cannot be here. Keto has to be here. And since keto is here, one of the thing is, it is giving a positive iodoform test. I know that a methyl keto group only can give positive iodoform test. And this is the compound. I hope it is clear. This one is there in the textbook as one of the solved example. I hope you are able to do it. Word problem, try to do it this way. Whenever you solve word problem, try to solve all the word problems of the textbook together. There are 5 word problems together in the textbook. One is solved example. CBSE is even asking the solved example. Like this year from electrochemistry, the solved numerical has been asked in the exam. And just go through even the solved example also. I hope this part is clear, the distinguish. And always try to study, after the distinguish, always try to study the word problem, because you will come across the word problems are generally involving the tolerance and the failings. Now regarding the mechanism, you have got even 2 marks mechanism also in the syllabus. I'll just touch that mechanism part. One is SN1 and SN2. SN1, try to write it this way, try to put the N as a subscript, SN2. Here N stands for nucleophilic, S stands for substitution. This one is unimolecular. Now SN1 is generally given by the, SN1 is given by the 3-degree alkyl halide. I'll just write one of the example. This is clearly explained in the textbook. So you can go through, sufficient examples are also there. SN2 is given by the primary alkyl halide, for example like this. Whenever SN1 is taking place, now this one is taking place, here I am writing this is a 3-degree, this one is 1 degree. In case of SN1, there are 2 steps. In case of SN2, there is only a single step. In this case, there are 2 products formed, that is there is 50% retention as well as the 50% inversion, and thus I say that the product is formed by racemic mixture. Whereas in this case, the product is always formed by an inversion, that is called as Walden inversion. Walden word is not mentioned in the inside textbook. If you don't remember, don't write down. You can write down the word as just inversion. In this case, I am just putting one of the differences here now. Here I am writing as 1, I am writing here as 2. In this case, the kinetic of the reaction depends upon the concentration of the alkyl halide only. Whereas in this case, the kinetic of the reaction depends upon both the concentration of alkyl halide as well as the nucleophile. I hope it is clear. I think whatever I have taught you till now, with that you should be able to do most of the part in organic chemistry. Wherever it is not there, whatever I couldn't teach you, children, please try to open the textbook and try to solve it. Please study these notes properly and try to study organic chemistry as a whole. I am very sure you will be able to score 19 out of 19. Remember, in case of chemistry, if you have to score centum, that is 70 out of 70, you must get 19 out of 19 in organic chemistry. All the best.